right, we in here, y'all. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to View from the Man Cave, a place for honest, intellectual, and informative dialogue and discourse about all things related to masculinity and manhood, responsibility and respect, provision and protection. So let's talk about it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. What's good, y'all? I hope everybody's good. You know what I mean? Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. You know what I mean? I see some people in the chat. Let me say salute to y'all. I see Naima in the building. My wife is here, of course, as always. My man Dave Allen. Man, Dave, what's good, yo? Dave, wow, man. You know what I'm saying? It's my fellow veteran right there, man. We used to work together. You know what I mean? Dave, man, that's good peoples, man. I miss you too, man. We gotta build, we gotta link up some kind of way. But and Janelle, of course, huge supporter, huge fan and supporter of the channel. So I hope everybody had a good weekend, man. I hope y'all had a good Tuesday. You know what I mean? You know how I do it. Same as always, man. Working hard. You know what I mean? Doing my best to be the best man that I can be, improving every day. Like my man Chris, man, and working on my Dom game. And shout out to my man Boog. So we're gonna get into it for y'all, man. So let me do it like this. All right, so I want to shout out, you know what I mean, all the Scorpios out there, man. I'm a Scorpio myself. You know what I mean? It's our time. You know what I mean? I want to shout out all of y'all, man. Happy birthday. You know what I mean? Next time y'all see me, you know what I mean? My birthday would have passed. My birthday is Thursday, 2 days away. You know what I mean? I'll be 39 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that, man. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be in a position where I can give love and I can receive love back. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. So I'm happy for that. Also, you know what I mean? Because of COVID, you know what I mean? I can't really get down like how I used to get down, you know, like for Halloween and all that. That's a big thing in my household, my family, man. Let's getting together, you know, putting on our costumes and whatnot and going out, you know, celebrating, having a good time with the kids. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So last year I did it like this, man. You know what I mean? I hit the people with my man King Jaffe, man. King Jaffe Joe Fur in the house. You know what I mean? I hit him like that last year. My daughter did her thing. She was, I think, like Evie from the Descendants, man. Like the kids love the Descendants. It's like 3 of them, 3 seasons or something right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I can't really do it like that this year, man. You know what I mean? COVID won't let that happen, but you know what I mean? We had fun with it last year. You know what I mean? So we did our thing. You know what I mean? For sure. All right, so I'm gonna start playing around with y'all, man. All the homies are here. You know what I mean? The 4 members of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen are here. I'm going to introduce these brothers, and then we're going to get right into our topic. So without any further ado, I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna start with this brother Chris, man. I'm gonna tell y'all about Chris. And so all these brothers here, all of their links are in the description box. So if you see these brothers, you know, if you haven't subscribed to them, you need to do that. You're missing out. I don't really know what you're doing, because all these brothers, man, they give exquisite game. You know what I mean? They give it to you exactly the way you need it, when you need it, how you need it. But I'm gonna start off with my bro Chris, man. This young brother, he came in. You know what I mean? He hit YouTube by storm. You know what I mean? He's well on his way, man. You know, I remember when I first met him, you know, in the YouTube streets, he was at like 600-700 subs. And then this brother just been blowing up, man, giving information to the fellas, showing the fellas how to eat right, how to live right, you know, how to keep your body right, and how to position yourself and posture yourself with women. You know what I mean? Young brother, man. And now my brother has over 2,000 subs. I'm proud of him. I'm so happy for him. Last time I had him on this show for the Pleausure Principle 1, and I was getting nonstop, man, emails about this brother. Ladies was asking me, emailing me, who is that young brother with the do-rag? Who is that young brother, you know what I mean, with the Barry White voice on? You know what I mean? Like I need to know more about him. So that's my man Chris. So without any further ado, let me introduce my man Chris. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what up, though? Peace to the chat. What's up, bud? Ultimate Black Man Radio. Hope y'all doing good, man. Appreciate the introduction. Man Cave, that was exquisite, you know, to say the least. I appreciate it. You know, I ain't gonna hold y'all. We pass it on.
For sure. And next up is my man Bug, man. My man Bug, Dom Game Division, man. Big heavyweight, man. Big heavyweight in these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? When I first got put on, he was one of the first brothers that I was told to kind of, look at, watch. You know what I mean? Watch him break down game. You know what I mean? Watch him, spread that ism out. You know what I mean? And so I did that. I took heed to that lesson, to that game, and I've been following this brother ever since, man. Big heavyweight, man. This brother's doing his thing. He's doing his second annual self-improvement summit this year. It's going to be back in Washington, D.C., where it was last year. You know what I mean? This brother, man, reached out to me, asked me to be a speaker. I was overwhelmed, you know what I mean? Because I have a lot of love for this brother, a lot of respect. He's doing great things on YouTube, you know what I mean, and in his community and all over, man. So he has a book out, you know what I mean? I think Naima's in here. If you're still in here, Naima, go ahead and put C-Boog's book information out, from Amazon and all that. But this brother's been doing big things, man, inspiring a lot of brothers, man, to step their game up, Dom up, you know what I mean? So I just want to shout him out and introduce my bro, C-Boog, man, Dom Game Division. What's good?
Hey, what's going on, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's rock and roll, man. I'm ready.
All right, let's get it, man. Last but not least, my man Gabe, Ultimate Black Man Radio. If you've been over here for a long time, you know how we do it, man. Me and Gabe, man, that's like my brother for real, man. We do everything together in these YouTube streets, man. You know what I mean? I talk to him almost every day. We exchange game back and forth, man. We give each other pointers. We always on each other's channels and things like that. I always tell the people, Gabe doesn't have a channel. I don't have a channel. We both have two channels, man. You know what I mean? We family and all that. So in these YouTube streets. So I want to shout my man Gabe out, Ultimate Black Man Radio. What's good?
Yo. Peace to everybody. Peace to the panel, Chris, C-Boog, Chad. I see y'all. I see the chat in there. Shout out to everybody. Sorry I'm late. Was doing a couple things. It's trading day. So
for sure.
I've been doing that all day, man. Came up in this thing late, but I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Drop this good game as usual, man. So thanks for having me, brother Frank, man. Congrats
always,
on
man.
the success of the channel too, man. You growing, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. I got a little email the other day, you know what I mean? And I went on YouTube on my phone and I seen that little $sign, man. So your man is monetized right now. You know what I'm saying? So that super chat is wide open. You know what I'm saying? So y'all feel free. You know what I mean? If y'all feeling like doing that, you feeling like tipping your homie, showing some love to your bro, we can do that now, man. Your man Frank is monetized now, man. I stepped my money game up. You know what I mean? And a lot of that is due to these brothers right here, man, helping me out, man, and just showing me the way how to get busy. So without any further ado, man, we're going to get right into the topic tonight. It's a heavy topic. These brothers and myself, we did the Pleausure Principle, the first episode. It was crazy. It got a lot of love, a lot of support. A lot of people liked it. We're in the comments and the chats talking about it on YouTube, Facebook, all of that. You know what I mean? It was a big show, man. And on that show, we were giving our fellow brothers game about how to please their women, man. You know what I mean? Because, contrary to popular belief, a lot of women out here are not being sexually fulfilled in their relationships. You know what I mean? And it shows itself in numerous forms and all that. So we did a show about it. We did a show talking to brothers, trying to do our best to help brothers to get their sex game up, man. You know what I mean? To study their women, pick up on those cues and be willing to please, man. Because a lot of these women aren't really being fulfilled out here sexually. And so I got an email after that show, you know what I mean? And I'm going to read that email right now, and then we're going to get busy. I took a picture of it. I was going to post it up, but it was going to look a little small. Nobody would be able to read it for real. So I'm just going to read it to you. You know what I mean? And then we're going to get busy. So this is from a supporter of the channel. You know what I mean? This is from a fan of the channel, longtime listener, whatever. And she says this. She says, "Dear Frank, I first wanted to start this email off by congratulating you on hitting such a huge milestone on your YouTube channel. May both the platform and support you receive from it continue to grow and succeed. I wanted to write this email to you today because I listened to you and several other YouTubers on shuffle while on my daily commute. And the other day, I actually listened to your video titled The Pleausure Principle, in which you discussed sexual intimacy as it relates to women in order to better aid men in understanding us women. I was wondering if you could please consider doing the same for us women and married women who are interested in learning more about what men desire, some of the frustrations that they may feel and yet may never voice. For example, besides being a cold fish or a starfish, what are some of the other major turnoffs men have and vice versa? What are some things most men desire and crave? I truly believe men and women see and experience intimacy differently, and I would be curious to hear things from the male perspective. Thank you, Frank, and may the Almighty continue to bless you and your family. Best wishes. So wow, man. So I just want to shout out that sister. I already emailed her right after I got the email to thank her and to let her know that I was going to do this show. It's only right, man. You gotta satisfy your fans. You gotta give your fans what they want. And so I immediately emailed her, told her I was going to do this show. I was going to get my bros back. We were going to get busy. And so we're here. So I'm gonna let the brother speak to that. It honestly, man, it made me happy to get an email like that, because in this day and time, unbeknownst to a lot of brothers, man, there are a lot of sisters out here who are really trying their best. You know what I mean? Really trying their best to be the best women that they could be, the best girlfriend, the best fiance, the best wife that they can be. And this email right here is just proof. You know what I mean? Sisters, man, like, yo, help me to be better. Help me to learn how to be better, a better lover, to step my intimacy game up, to make sure that the man in my life, to make sure that whether he's my boyfriend, my fiance, my husband, what have you, is satisfied. Help me to put myself in a position to be better for him. And I think that's beautiful, man, for a woman to step out there like that and want game like that. So shout out to that sister. But I'm gonna let the brothers have at it, man. So let me start off with Boog, man. What kind of stuck out to you from that email, man? What are you feeling when you hear something like that from women?
Yeah, man. Like when I hear something like that, truth be told, it's not even just that email, man. Like a lot of women, they not one with that sexual being. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me, that just takes time and experience, man. And really overall, man, getting with somebody that you're comfortable with, somebody that you can explore, your body and feel safe with. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of things from women, over my lifetime, but mainly about shit that they won't do. You know what I'm saying? But I never count that out. I don't. Everybody got the deal breakers, but what I'm saying is, when a woman is just comfortable and feeling safe with a particular guy, and it may only be one man throughout her whole life, she'll try damn near anything. You see what I'm saying? Really, the crescendo of a relationship and a union, man, is when it pleases you to please your companion. You know what I'm saying? For real. So if you think about it like that, number one, this young lady or woman, she haven't met the guy that she can do that with. You know what I mean? Obviously, feel comfortable with, exploring her sexual side. And, the other thing that I heard through that email is, let me figure out how I want to word this. So she's trying to figure out a few things she can do to spice up her sex life. I just posted up a video, because I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. I just posted up a video on my Instagram yesterday of it was Sasha Obama. She was doing a TikTok video to one of these hip hop songs or whatever. And the only thing about it was, people were surprised because that was the president's daughter, but she's still a young lady in college, so they're gonna have fun. But when I looked at that video, this was just a a girl that was in contact with that alter ego, like a lot of women have. I know Beyonce, she got one and she done fucked around and named it and everything. But like a lot of women have this, they got their social side and they got their sexual side. You know what I'm saying? And those are, for the most part, exclusive to one another. So, this woman in the email, she just needed to get comfortable, with our sexual self, man. A lot of women are shy, truth be told. A lot of people judge women off of the more, bold and rambunctious women that we see on social media, world stars, shit like that, YouTube. But really, like a lot of women, just in society, man, they're very shy. They're very, timid when it comes to the bedroom, especially with a guy that can come off, kind of dominant. So, she got to be very comfortable with this dude. And, you got to know how to, deal with them kind of women. Some of them you're going to have to be very gentle with. Some of them, you're going to have to turn it up a little bit. Put a little pressure on them, man. But all in all, that's just what I hear, man. I don't want to ramble on about it, but I just hear a woman that's just not in contact with that side, because the right dude would have brought that out of her, already. It's kind of like a lot of relationships that I've had with women. We never really had that issue when it comes to the, sex part, because, we just did it for each other. You know what I'm saying? We're very comfortable, and that's just something that I pride myself on is, creating a real comfortable environment where a woman could just be herself. You know what I mean? A real no judgment zone. I talk about that a lot in my content, but it's real. It's a real thing. It's not just talk. So a lot of that shit got to do with the man. The man always sets the tone. You know what I'm saying? The only way a woman, would be more sexually dominant than, a particular man. And I said sexually dominant, not sexually experienced. Don't mix them two. But it is, if the women just, if the dude was just too shy, put it like that. Like he didn't know what he was doing. Put it like that. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's it, man. Because I don't want to ramble on. I'm all over the place with it, but that's just what I hear. If I had to narrow it down to two things, that's it right there. She's not in tune, not in sync with her sexual being, and she haven't met the dude that brought that side out of her yet. Now I'll pass the mic.
I got you. What you think, Chris?
So for me, when you were reading the email, what I got from it was that, well, for one, it put a smile on my face just knowing that a woman, stepped forward and actually wanted to learn. Because I know from what I've experienced and from what I've, listened to women say, some ladies say that I've been with, when they have gone through multiple sexual experiences and it hasn't been, like that fantasy experience, or, they didn't really get the fulfilling experience that they thought they would get, it tends to make them kind of insecure. You know what I'm saying? They tend to just ignore it or suppress it. And, the further you suppress something, the harder it is to really, recognize it after the fact and then want to fix it, So I was pretty happy to hear that she actually, sent you an email saying, the women want to learn too. I want to learn how to be a better lover than my man. I want to learn how to step my game up. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of women that could be difficult for them to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What you got, G? What you think?
So man, hand clap to her for at least being honest and wanting to know what she could do to, improve herself. A lot of times, women aren't listening. And so for her to kind of go out of her way to seek some instruction was really good to hear. So that was definitely refreshing. Second, I know a lot of women tend to be kind of confused when it comes to this topic because they hear so many different things from men. So men are like, body count matters, right? But then we'll turn around and say, well, we don't want a boring woman in bed, right? So they're a little bit confused on what to do in regards to pleasing their man because the best when it comes to sex, the best teacher is experience, right? Um, but we want women that are experienced, but we don't want women that are experienced. So that confuses a lot of women. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. But this is my thing. So if you're a sexually active lady and you're serious with your partner, man, the number one thing I think, in my opinion, that should be done is communication. I think that is a big deal between especially black men and black women is that we just don't communicate. We don't communicate inside the bedroom or outside the bedroom. And that's why, part of the reason I started my channel is so we kind of bridge the gap and let's get some shit on the table. Let's chop up some good game and let's find out what's going on. So I feel like communication is key. You cannot be afraid to hurt your man's feelings if you are not being sexually satisfied. If you are expressing to him that like something is lacking and he gets an attitude and he gets mad, that's not the dude for you. Because a dude is a dude that's 100. He's gonna want to know how to please you by any means necessary. I see what Mary Sink says, jumping around in a circle. Yeah, I feel y'all pain on that. I was thinking about doing a show on that, but it is what it is. Second, I come from a spiritual background, and I feel like women need to be in tune with their sexuality in a spiritual sense. Okay. There is nothing wrong with being a sexual being, ladies. That it's not. In fact, if you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship, you need to tap into that sexual side. And when I'm studying certain deities or certain spirits per se, and I know the Christian women, this might not be for y'all, but women need to tap into that Pombagira spirit, that energy, right? And she's an Afro, excuse me, Caribbean or Afro Brazilian spirit that a lot of Brazilians, I can't remember the exact practice, but women actually tap into this energy, and they allow that energy to take over them in a sexual way, or it entices their sexuality. And so when you're with a partner and you're trying to make sure he's satisfied and you want to make sure you're satisfied, you want to tap into that energy. There's nothing wrong, like it's what C Boogie said, it's an alter ego. Like Beyonce has, what should she call her, Sasha Fierce or something like that. There's nothing wrong with tapping into that other side, that spiritual side of your sexuality. And just I don't want to say dominate, but kind of take over the sexual interaction between you and your partner. It really, really helps. So like just study her, look her up. A lot of hoes work with her. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But if you're having some issues with a long-term partner, sexually, this might be something you want to look into. So I just thought I might throw that out there, man. I really like what Chris and C Boogie had to say. I mean, I could really get deep into this, but I don't want to confuse nobody. And I don't want y'all conjuring up some shit you can't get rid of. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Tap into that alter ego, as C Boogie said. And that's just one way to kind of start things off. So I'll pass it back off to you, my brother Frank.
Yeah, that's good work. Yeah, like I said, man, I was excited to hear it, man. You know what I mean? Because I think for brothers, it's very attractive to us to hear women and to be in a relationship with a woman who's willing to get better. You know what I mean? Who's constantly in a mindset and in a mind frame of self-improvement. You know what I mean? How can I eat better? How can I work out? How can I get in better shape? How can I be more feminine? All of these things. How can I be more sexual? That's a turn on. You know what I mean? That is something that men crave, men desire. She even asked that. She said, you know, what is it that men desire and men crave? You know what I mean? Men desire a woman who is willing to get better, period. You know what I mean? You know, whatever that is within the four corners of your relationship. You know what I mean? If you're constantly working on self and trying to get better and trying to be the best woman that you can be, you know what I mean? That's something that we can rock with. That's something that we'll definitely support, defend, protect, you know what I mean, and provide for and all of that. So, and specifically, look, on the married side of the game, and for all the religious people out there, you know what I mean? Because I go to a lot of marriage retreats. I go to a marriage retreat every year, my wife and I, you know what I mean? And some of the things that we talk about together as a couple, and when we break down, you know, and separate, you know, a lot of it is sex. Sex is very important in a relationship. You know what I mean? Do not get that twisted at all. You know, money has to be right. You want a certain level of, you want a connection. You want to compliment each other. You want to cooperate. You know what I mean? But sex is important. You know what I mean? For all y'all, you know, Bible toting, you know, washed by the blood folks, you know what I mean? That book tells you, especially when you marry, you're supposed to, you know, y'all are supposed to satisfy each other. Y'all are supposed to have sex. And it tells you that bed is undefiled. What does that mean? That means you can't do no wrong in that bedroom. Absolutely, Jacqueline. I see you. You know what I mean? Religious people have sex, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get busy too. You know what I mean? Like, and that's an important aspect of your relationship. So don't lose that. Don't put that on the back burner. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, because I'm gonna let the brothers break that down too. You know what I mean? Sex is a very important thing for men. You know what I mean? Sex is love for a man. You know what I mean? It's love. It's how we express love. It's how we express, you know, our emotions, our feelings within the confines of a healthy relationship. You know what I mean? And then a marriage. That's how men show love. You know what I'm saying? We work that thing out. You know what I mean? We slow it up, we speed it up, we beat it up, we tender with it, whatever it takes. But that's how we express ourselves a lot of times in our relationships. That's how we show love. It's by sex and having a healthy sexual relationship with the woman that we're with, straight up and down. So I'm going to go back to her email. I'm going to go line for line, precept upon precept, and we're going to break some of these things down for the ladies, man. Because when I put this on Facebook, when I first set this up and put it on Facebook and premiered it, saying that it was going to be tonight, there were a lot of ladies that, you know, like were liking it, loving it, you know, saying, I can't wait for this. I can't wait to hear it because, you know, they want it, man. They need it, you know, like they're like, look, man, I want to make sure I'm good. You know what I mean? There aren't a lot of good brothers out there, but when I get one, when I finally get that good brother who, you know, when I finally get that Chris or that Boog or that Gabe or whatever, I want to make sure I'm right. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of him, you know, in all aspects. I want to make sure that my sex game is on point, where he's satisfied, where he's energized, where he's motivated, you know, where he's being nourished and nurtured by me, because, you know, I'm sexing him in a way that he can appreciate. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about it, man. But so let me go through this email again. I'm going to start here. So she's saying, what are some things that are turn-offs for men, for fellas, man? What are some things, you know, some general things and some personal things, if you want to get at it like that? What are some things that you think that women do sexually that turn men off, that they think is good, but it's not? It's really not a good look. What do y'all think? Let me start with Chris this time.
For me, I know in the email I remember her saying, you know, other than, you know, the starfish, you know, not being active, which of course, you know, we'd all agree on. One big thing for me is, you know, let's say she's trying to really impress you in a way that's not really authentically her. You know what I'm saying? So she's trying to do things that she doesn't really want to do. You know, it's not even her. That's not even in her repertoire. But she might meet you or might meet me and be like, okay, this dude is on point, so I need to start, you know, he probably done been all around the way. He's probably done experienced a lot of different, bags and tricks that women have went in on him. So I need to, go off the I need to just make up stuff. I need to go off, what I seen in some videos or whatever, or I need to do what I heard in a song, you know what I'm saying? And so they're trying to dig up a persona that's not them. I know y'all mentioned the alter ego, which is a thing, but what I'm talking about is it's not an alter ego. It's a whole different repertoire of things that she's trying to do that she's not really capable of doing because it's just not in her being to do so. You understand what I'm saying? I know you monetize, so we not gonna get graphic or nothing like that, but that's the best way I can explain it. At least I think so. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I articulated that well. I know it was kind of a blurry thought, you know what I'm saying? But that's the number one thing with me.
No, I got you. I mean, that was razor sharp, crystal clear right there. Boog, what you think, man? What's a turn off for you, or what you think is a turn off for men? Something that women do that they really don't know is a turn off.
Well, for me, man, I like a woman to know what I want without me having to ask. And that tells me a lot about that woman. You know what I mean? She's very perceptive. She's been paying attention to me. She's been studying me. That means she's into me. So, she may know it could be a time I come through the door. I might not even want the sex. I might just, want some intimacy. You know what I mean? I might want a good, a little back rub, or, rub my legs, or whatever the case is. It might be one of them kind of nights and shit. That's just, what my temperament needs at the time. Or it could be a night where, I need to run the extreme dime game. You know what I mean? So she felt that energy. She know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let me go in and close the blinds because, it's get a little graphic. You know what I'm saying? So you got them kind of nights or whatever. But that's a pet peeve, though. Basically what I'm saying is if I got to keep telling a woman what I want or what I need, you know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous, because if I know the phone bill need to be paid, it's been sitting right there on the refrigerator, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. You see what I'm saying? I'm paying attention. I know what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? If my lady needs 4 new tires on her car, I take her for an oil change. I'm like, oh, little tire in the back, it's kind of fucked up. Let me go ahead and change all these tires while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So if I got to be on my job, then you got to be on your job too. You know what I'm saying? And that includes, sexually. So, really, for men, it's not like we just real complicated individuals. You know what I'm saying? The truth be told, you know what I mean? It's really, really quite simple. I just think a lot of women get in their own way, with their pride and things that they working with. A lot of women got a problem with submission and all of that type of stuff. So what I'm talking about is you know yeah, a woman will have to be submitted to that man. You know what I mean? To be walking around with his energy, to know what he needs. You know what I mean? She got to be 1,000% into that man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no what I'm talking about. This ain't nothing that could be learned in a week or two. This is years in the making of studying and knowing a person. You know what I'm saying? And just being around them in different situations, man. So that's a pet peeve for me, man. If I got to keep telling you what I want. Now, at some point, you need to be picking up what I'm putting down. So, yeah, I passed the mic.
That's what's up. Yo, Gabe, what you got for me, man? What's a turn off for you? You know what I mean, sexually, or what's a turn off for men that you think women don't really know about, or don't really put a lot of thought process into?
Man, Chris and Don, and Seabook, man, really gave some good examples. But I'll say two things. Women that don't listen, um, I can't stand a woman that will not listen. Especially, if we trying to get down, I'm telling you to do one thing and you doing something else, or you just, you just kind of want to do things your way. I don't like that. And that's a real fast way to run me off. And a lot of men are, are like that. Two is women that do too much. So, Frank, these dudes these days are into like alternative things. And by that, we official over here, so we're gonna keep it clean, but dudes that like to be played with in areas that the average dude just don't like to be played in,
Right.
there are some chicks that will automatically take it upon themselves to go right in and do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really into that. And then a lot of women, you'll tell them that, and then they'll try to shame you into doing it. Like, oh, you must not be comfortable with your sexuality. No, nigga, ma'am, I just am not really into that. So women that kind of like force. I've been in situations like that. I was in one in particular. And, I don't have a lot of time to tell this story. I'm just like, Gabe don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to have me tune that thing up because you said so. A lot of women are really into stuff like that, like real talk, especially these new age chicks. So women that don't listen and they're kind of overly aggressive and just kind of want to do what they want to do and they kind of want to corner you into doing it. I'm straight on that. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, women that just kind of sit there like a fish and like don't do nothing. Like that's absolutely terrible. Makes me feel like you're really not into it. You know what I'm saying? Like do something. Don't just lay there. Take out my phone, and rub one off if you just gonna sit there like a fish. You know what I'm saying? So those are just my three little things right there. They tried to touch your balloon. I got Bailey. Wow.
Bailey Wow, man.
Bailey Wow.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, it's some chicks really into stuff like that though, man. And they'll try and shame you into trying it. And then when you don't want to do it, they start quitting. Oh, you must not be confident. No, I just, I'm not gonna toot that thing up for you. You gonna toot yourself for me, but it ain't gonna be the other way around. So that's all I got, man. On that, I'll pass it off to you, brother Frank.
Yeah, man. Like that's yeah, that's what that starfish is, man. Like when I first read the email, I'm out the game. I'm about to be 39, man. I ain't even know what a starfish was when I read it. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to go look it up. I had to go like hit the Urban Dictionary real quick or something and find out what a starfish was because I'm out that game heavy. But that's a big one. You know what I mean? And I will also say too, ladies, a turn off for a man is when you are not confident in your body. That is a major turnoff. I don't care what your size is. Okay. I'm not somebody over here who's gonna, come at women a certain way and say, oh, you need to be this shape or you need to be this size or whatever. No, I'm not gonna do that because there's too many brothers out here. Oh, I see you, MB. A starfish is basically somebody who's lazy in bed. Like they just lay flat on the bed like a starfish and they don't give you any energy. They give you no cooperation. They just kind of lay there like a dead fish. You know what I mean? So that's what starfishing is. Like I had to look that up, all that. But basically it's somebody who's lazy in bed, who have you, the man, doing all the work. You know what I mean? And they're not really giving you any energy back. That's a starfish. But a big turn off, man, is when women are not confident in their bodies, man. You get with a female and she always want to turn the lights off. You know what I mean? She always want to keep on her shirt. Nah, man. Take that shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Let them joints hang. You know what I mean? Let them be out. You know what I mean? Turn that light on. You know what I mean? We want to see you. We want to see your body. We want to see your sex faces. You know what I mean? We want to see it straight up. You know what I mean? We want to see your body, man. You know what I mean? We know what it looked like. You know what I mean? Like, we know what it is. So we don't want you in the bed, you know, pulling up that long grandma tee. You know what I mean? That long I am queen African shirt pajama set. We don't want you pulling that thing up, you know what I'm saying, up to your stomach and saying, you know, saying, come get this. Nah, no, ma'am. You know what I mean? No, no, no. We don't want that. You know what I mean? So we want you to be confident in your own body, in your own skin. You know what I mean? That's going to help make you a better lover. That's what's going to help make the sex better, is you being confident. If you're not confident in your own body, if you're not confident in yourself, how can you give your man something that's pleasurable? Take that, Tisha, I see you. Let me put this up. Take that bonnet off. You know what I mean? Take it off. Turn that light. Look, I don't care. Let me tell you something, man. Confidence is not about your size. You know what I mean? Unbeknownst to a lot of people, women are more image conscious than we are. And rightfully so, because women are judged more in this culture, in this society, in this planet, in this world, by the way that they look. So women are more image conscious. So I get it. There are a lot of women out here. Listen, there are women out here that y'all look at every day. Y'all look at them, y'all love them. Oh my gosh, she has the best shape. She dancing in her video. She tooting that thing up. Her twerk game is crazy. And that same woman go home and she's not confident in herself. She's not confident in her body. She's not confident in her ability to sexually satisfy the man that she's in love with. I don't care how tight you think her body is. You know what I mean? Your confidence in yourself, ladies, is not based on your size. If you feel like you need to lose a few, then absolutely do that. You know what I mean? Holla at Shorty right here. Holla at my sister Sasha Rosa. You know what I mean? Get her vegan book. You know what I mean? Slide over to her. She gonna get you right. You know what I mean? But if you want to do that, that's good. But confidence is just believing in yourself. There are women who are size 16s, 18s, who have way more confidence. You know what I mean? Who have no problems, you know, making love, taking everything off, letting everything hang out, having every light on. She wants you to see this. You know what I mean? She wants you to see how she bite her lip. You know what I mean? How she twerks her body around a little bit. You know what I mean? How she's naturally with her body trying to adjust herself to, you know, so that you can hit it in the right spot. You understand what I'm saying? So ladies, a huge turnoff is you not being confident in yourself, man. Take that shirt off. Dude, I don't know about the other brothers, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, we want to see our work, man. Your body is God's work. That's artwork. You know what I mean? That's a Rembrandt. That's a motif. That's a Picasso. You know what I mean? So we want to see it. Take that joint out the wrapper. You know what I mean? And let that man see what he's been thinking about all day when he's out in the street trying to get that bag. When he's at the gym trying to get his money, you know, trying to get his body right. Let him come home and see you. Let him see you in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to do that and do that freely and openly, you have to be confident in yourself. You have to be confident in your ability to be naked, to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? And if you can't do that, that's a major turnoff for a lot of men out here in these streets, man.
You know, Frank, quick question, man. I think the other fellas can, you know, answer this too, man. What about the wigs, man? She need to take her wig off too? With the bonnet, man, like, you know.
Yo, I mean, shout out to the ladies with the wigs. You know what I mean? Y'all do y'all thing. I'm in a no wig household. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you know, my wife has locks. You know, my daughter has locks. You know what I mean? She saw mommy one day, said, "Mommy, I want hair like yours." So we locked her hair up. You know what I mean? Beautiful locks, all of that. But yo, man, so I can't really speak to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 14 years out the game. I don't even know, you know, how the wigs look or how they smell or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But for y'all brothers, man, I'm gonna let y'all add on to that. You know, what do y'all think about that,
man? Chris, man, what you think, dog? I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm an ass. I mean, you know, I'm a jerk. So, you know, I might take it off myself. You know what I'm saying? Throw that thing across the room.
Yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, but for me, you know, I'm a lot younger than y'all, so I kind of grew up around the wigs and the weaves. So like, it don't even bother me like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's a lady I've been with for a minute, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Especially because a lot of women with wigs on, they have real nice hair up under them. You know, they just wear the wigs as like a protective style
That's
thing.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
a lot of them, I know some of them got some beautiful, luscious, natural hair when they take that wig off. Sometimes, you know, you might have to just say, hey, we slipping that off tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I like what Frank brought up about the confidence piece, because that's a real big thing with me as well. I know I did a video on this a while back on my channel, and a similar video on my Patreon about how you, not only you as a man, but you have to set your environment up to be as comfortable for her as possible. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it's got to be clean, it's got to be tidy, but you know, music and, you know, lighting and everything like that, everything, you should have a sexy vibe, not only to you, but to your environment that y'all are going to be getting intimate in, you know what I'm saying? And I know I explained in the video one time, what are the things I like to do if it's a woman I've been with, we actually got a thing going, and I like her and I care for her. If I could tell, you know, she's not, she doesn't feel that sexy in her body, you know, like Frank says, she doesn't feel that confident in her sexual abilities, or, you know, she doesn't have the sexual confidence. What I like to do is, you know, I got a floor to ceiling mirror in my room, you know, we stand right in front of it. She stand in the front, I stand right behind her. And, you know, the things that I know she's probably insecure about that I happen to like on her, you know, I let her know that. You know what I'm saying? We in there vibing, music playing, and I'm just standing behind her talking in her ear, you know, letting her know, you know, like them stretch marks on the buns, you know, obviously I ain't saying that, but, you know, stretch marks on the buns, you know, I like that, the tiger stripes, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe she got, you know, little bitties, you know what I'm saying? I like that. I'm gonna let her know that, you know what I'm saying? Or a birthmark. You know, I'm gonna let her know I like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I like to do, just to let them know, at least in that moment or when they around me, the little things they might be insecure about, you know, they can feel appreciated. You understand? You know, from head to toe, they can feel appreciated physically, you know, because that's a big thing. Like you said, that's a big thing in the bed. If she not comfortable physically, then it's gonna be t-shirts and it's gonna be socks on. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all kind of wigs and weaves on, no lights. You know, she might just only leave the TV on. You know, y'all was watching a movie. She only want to leave the TV on, no lights. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I'm gonna pass the mic on.
What you got, Bug? What you think?
Nah, man, I can care. You know what I'm saying? I can care, man. Me personally, the wigs and all that shit and all that stuff, man. I'd rather not, I'd rather not, you know, but if it's a necessity, then, I get it. You know, if it's a need for it, then I would understand that. But if it ain't no need for it, then, I could do without it. It's just my personal preference, though. So, that's kind of where I'm at with that thing. And if she insists, then, we probably ain't gonna make it too far. But yeah, that's my personal preference right there, though. I'd rather not. I'll just leave it at that, man.
Yeah, man, it's heavy. You know, and I saw you, Miss V, what you said. You know, I feel like confidence goes a long way, man, in having, proper sexual energy. So you just want to make sure as a woman that you're confident in your own body. You know what I mean? Because men, we can feel that. You know what I mean? And when we come home, man, like we catch hell out here in these streets. You know what I mean? We catch it. You know what I mean? We catch it from all angles. You know what I mean? And we come home, you know what I mean? We want them cheeks, and we want them in a free, comfortable, confident, and liberated way. You know what I mean? So we can feel it. You know what I mean? When we, up in there, how we want to get up in there, we can feel that lack of confidence. We can see it. You know what I mean? We could taste it. We could smell it. You know what I mean? So it's important for you to, be confident. And that's a conversation that, ladies, it's okay for you to have a conversation like that. You know what I mean? With, with your guy. You know what I mean? And like Chris said, guys, man, it's very important for us, in relationships to kind of let our ladies know that, that we're confident in their body. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as a perfect body. Everybody has a flaw. You know what I mean? Depending on who you ask, everything, there's always something that could be a little fatter. It's always something that could be a little tighter or sit up a little higher. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So, that's a responsibility that we have as men, is to make sure that our ladies are, are confident. And I love that. I love that mirror idea. I think it's a great idea, even if you're not even in a relationship. I remember listening to Chris one time on his channel, and he was talking about how, he was talking to men. He was telling men, how to step their game up and be more confident. And he told the fellas, he said, look, get you a mirror, I'll get you one of them tall mirror joints, from the floor to the ceiling, and take off all your clothes, get in that joint butt naked, and stand in front of that mirror and look at your entire body. You know what I mean? And everything on your body, you look at what you don't necessarily like. And if you can change it, then you work on changing it. You can't change your complexion. You can't change the width and the broadness of your nose or your lips. But if you don't like the way your stomach's sitting, you can change that. If you don't like the way your chest look, you can change that. You could tone that up. You know what I mean? So look at yourself. You know what I mean? Look at things that you can change. And if you want to change them, then go out here and do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's for anybody, a man, a woman, and a couple. You know what I mean? Be comfortable, be confident in yourself. You know what I mean? The best way to do that is to look at yourself, man, and see yourself for who you really are. You know what I mean? And then go out here and change it. So yeah, man. So another thing that I think men, that's a turnoff for men, man, is constant talking, man. If you're doing a lot of talking, ladies, and it ain't got nothing to do with the session, you know what I mean? Like that means two things. One, we ain't really putting in the work that we think we putting in, because when we putting it in the way we're supposed to put it in, you ain't gonna have no wherewithal in you to be talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with this session right here. You know what I mean? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it means one thing. Either one thing it means is that your pipe game is out of order. You know what I mean? Number two, it's like you're preoccupied with other things. Like men, we're focused out here. You know what I mean? We focus at the task at hand. We come home, we eat dinner, we come upstairs, take a shower, we see our lady on the bed, oiled up, greased down, looking elegant, you know what I mean, looking sexy and all of that. It's game time. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this too, especially for married couples, because I know that when you get married, you have kids running around and all of that. A lot of things may be racing through your mind. But when a dude is about to put that meat in, when he's about to do his thing, I don't care about what the kids did at school today. You know what I mean? I don't care about, Lil Mike got an A on his test. I don't care about none of that. Not right now, baby. No, not right. We'll talk about that later. After you wake up. You know what I'm saying? After you wake up, after this session, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it over breakfast or something, but not right now, baby. So, a lot of talking that has nothing to do with the session. You know what I mean? That's a no-go, man. That's an absolute no-go. Now, I'm gonna tell you something else too. If I gotta talk about this too, man, because there are a lot of ladies out here who aren't as clean as they think they are. You know what I mean? I hear this from a lot of women. Like, yo, women, if you ask any woman in this chat, they'll tell you women are nasty. I go in the bathroom and these chicks is, leaving all kind of stuff in there. They on their period. They ain't wearing what they supposed to be wearing and all of that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all chicks ain't fresh. You know what I mean? Like you think you are. And y'all think because we dudes and, and we don't get as much sex as maybe you could get, that we don't know what a good box smell like. It's supposed to smell like. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing too. That's a turn off too. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be out here fresh. You know what I mean? That's how I was raised. I was raised to believe that women are cleaner than men. You know what I'm saying? That women know how to clean crevices and make sure that the box is fresh and all of that. So I'm gonna tell you something too. Make sure y'all scrubbing something. You know what I'm saying? Look, this channel, I told y'all from jump, this channel is gonna be real, it's gonna be authentic. I got authentic brothers up here. We're gonna give it to you straight. You know what I'm saying? That's a turn off too. You know what I mean? You coming home and I'm coming home and I done had a long day. I'm ready to put my game down, my dom game down. You know what I mean? That brother getting ready to do that. and that joint smelling a little musty, it's a little out of order, you know what I'm saying? That's a problem. So you got to make sure that your hygiene is up to par. And if my sister would, if she would tell you, you know what I'm saying, from the show that we did about, you know, about her and her growth and how she's a vegan and all of that, she'll tell you what you eat has a lot to do with, you know, your balance and how you smell, your diet. You know what I mean? You are what you eat, and you smell like what you eat. That's my word. So you, ladies, I ain't trying to, you know, throw shots at nobody. I don't know. Most of the people, 99% of the people listening to this, I ain't never seen y'all in my life, in real life. But what I'm saying is, brothers know, man. Brothers who've been around the block a few times, who know women, who have experience with women, we know what that box supposed to smell like. Everybody got their own personal scent, but that don't mean stink. You know what I'm saying? Like, your own personal scent don't mean yours can stink. And it's supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another one too. Ladies, make sure that, you know what I mean, you keep your hygiene up, because a lot of y'all ladies, a lot of your lady friends is telling on you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't in the bathroom with y'all. We ain't in, you know, in private situations with y'all unless we in an intimate relationship with you. You know what I mean? So it's your lady friends that's telling on y'all, talking about, you know, y'all ain't washing right, and, you know, y'all joints is smelling a little off. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, make sure that thing fresh, man. You know what I mean? Y'all can add on to that, fellas, however y'all want to.
Oh man. Y'all know I actually have a whole story about this, and, you know, for time's sake, I'm not gonna tell it, but me and Bailey, who's in the chat, shout out to her, we actually talked about this on my podcast last week. How a lot of chicks are running around stanky as hell. And, you know, when you get ready to give them the ultimate black man special, man, you know what I'm saying? It could be a little bit of a turnoff when you get a whiff and that cat smelling a little fishy. You know what I'm saying, man? It smells like the seafood special, and y'all didn't eat seafood, y'all had steak. So, you know, I've run into that before. I'm talking about a chick I really, really like too. They'd be the worst kind, the ones you really into, and you think she real fly, and she pulled down them panties and it hit you smack dab in the face. It's a horrible feeling, man. Like, I start to lose respect for a woman if she not clean. Because my dad is ex-military. I'm a very clean person myself. Because, you know, if you got a military dad, you know, military folks, you know, C Boogie military, Frank military, are very anal, especially older military cats. They're very, very neat, clean. My dad will take 2 and 3 baths a day. My mom's a lot of the same way. So I'm very, very neat and clean. You know, I'll take baths, I'll take showers, whatever I need to do to make sure I'm fresh. And when I'm about to get down with this special lady, and like you said, Frank, we have the misconception that women are cleaner than men. Right? So, you know, you get ready to get down. Like I said, she pulled down and she, you know, it ain't what it's supposed to be, you know, could be a little bit disheartening. And that definitely is a turnoff. So, you know, ladies, just, you know, keep that thing fresh, not saucy. All right. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's a fact. I never forget this one time. It was just like, you know, G was just explaining. I went to this chick crib, fine, like exactly my type, cool. You know, we was hitting it off, chopping it up. And I get to her crib, you know, we was going, you know, watch a movie and chill. She was going to make some food. We was going to sit up, watch some movies and, you know, do what it do. I got over there. She was in a t-shirt and just panties. And, you know, when we got in the bed and we was watching the movie, I could smell, you know, the seafood special, like you was saying. Like, it wasn't even no panties off. It wasn't even no panties off. We was just chilling.
Nah,
because it don't smell like regular must. Like,
No,
it's a distinct
yes
odor that punches you in the face.
Yes.
And I was like, damn. So I sat there, you know, the movie was good. So I watched the movie, and then I had to hit her with the little, you know, something came up, I gotta go. And that was the end of that. But yeah, the big thing about it is how you treat yourself, what you putting in your body.
Fact.
You know, I always tell fellas, you know, put the right things in your body so that, you know, our fluids taste up to par, you know what I'm saying, when she want to get down like that. But it's the same with ladies, you know, y'all fluids, the taste, the smell, the pH balance, all of that has to do with not only how you cleaning yourself hygienically, but what you eating, what you drinking. You know, if all you drinking is apple juice and Sprite, then, you know, it's gonna be all out of whack. If all you eating is burgers and Subway cookies, it's gonna be out of whack. You know what I'm saying? You want you want your healthy eating habits, so all your pHs and your smells and aromas. We want an aroma, not an odor. You know what I'm saying? We want the aroma, not the odor. So you got to treat yourself right to get the right scent back there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this. I see my wife asking questions in here talking about what is the smell test. Baby, let me tell you something. I gave you the smell test, all right? And you passed with an 8. Okay? That's why we here. All right. 14 years later, and you keep passing. You know what I mean? You are, you know, a valedictorian. You are a summa cum laude with the smell test. Shout out to you. All right, but yeah, that, you know, that's what some, you know, that's something brothers do, man. That's, you know, we do that. You know what I mean? You know, we sniff that thing. We do it on the low. That's a little game, you know what I mean, that y'all ain't had before. You know what I'm saying? But we do that. We do that in a myriad of different ways. But you know what I mean? We're gonna taste test that. We're gonna taste whiff that thing. You know what I mean? And we gotta make sure it's right. But I think Bailey asked a question earlier. She said, how would you get out of a situation like that? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna let my man Boog answer that. I know Chris kind of, you know, did his thing earlier, but how would you, you know, how would C Boog, man? How would C Boog, the general of the Dom game division, how would he handle a situation like that where he goes over a lady's crib, she got everything decked out for you, she cooked, you know what I mean, houses, you know, clean, all of that, you know what I mean, and she grabbed your hand, walk you back to the room, y'all getting ready to do your thing, you getting ready to Dom up on her, you know what I mean, and the box is a little off, you know what I mean, how would you get up out of a situation like that?
Good question, man. Real good question. Damn, I haven't been in a situation like that in a very, very long time, man. You know, I'm big on showers, man. I'm real big on hygiene myself. You know, I'm the kind of dude, you know, I take showers before I go to the gym, man. That's just how I roll. So I think you know, and I think I got a pretty good effect on women when they, you know, come around me. They know they got to be rolling a certain kind of way. But hypothetically speaking, you know, for conversational purposes, we going back to the shower. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and cap and put some cap on it, you know, and act like, you know, if it was a female that I've been dealing with, you know, and maybe, you know, we starting to like each other a little bit. And if I just, you know, I'm gonna go with my gut, like, all right, maybe, you know, she just ain't hit it right that time, or something else could be going on. Then, you know, I'll give her a mulligan. But, you know, if I got a bad feeling, like it's just a funky kind of odor, and I feel like this is a occurrence that is you know, quite often in this lady's life, then I probably roll out. You know, I'll probably find a reason to skip the sex, and you know, after that, then I would address that at a later date. You know, I wouldn't try to embarrass the girl. You know what I'm saying? You know, sit there, try to undress her right there. Just let her know, hey, man, you funky. You ain't this. You ain't that. You know, but I'll definitely avoid the sex for sure. And if I don't call back, then at that point, it'll be a phone call or something like that to let her know, like, look, I just wasn't feeling that. Matter of fact, that was really disrespectful what you did. So, you know, don't really be expecting me to come back. So it's really on a situational basis, man. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the vibe requires. But, you know, if she get a little too aggressive, then, you know, I just let her know on the spot, like, nah, you know what I mean? You ain't smelling right. You know what I'm saying? Smell me. I smell good, don't I? You know what I mean? That's because I respect you. So
Word.
it come down to a respect thing, man. And I take that as disrespect, but really, man, I've met some women that really be on that type of stuff, though, man. Like, I've met women that, like we left the club, and as soon as we hit the crib, they just did some old jack of joint and cursey sprint to the bathroom just to wash their feet. So some women be on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Some real Lolo Jones type stuff. I'm like, oh, that you sing boat in the crib. So, I've seen situations like that, and that tells me it is women out there that do care, and it is women, because usually, man, like the first few times that you're sleeping with a woman, dog, she's gonna be on top of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make sure she shaved or waxed, all that stuff, man. She gonna make sure, if our cycle just came off, you know what I mean, she cleaned out real good. That's when a female like you. That's when she digging you and she anticipating the sex. You know what I mean? Her panties and bra match. See, I'm analyzing the whole scene. You know what I mean? The time that I roll up on her, you know what I mean? I hair done, check, nails done, check. That means she been thinking about this all week. Like, she been on it. You know what I'm saying? So I know down there is real fresh. So, but if I just feel like she just ain't care at all, then that's very disrespectful. And that tells me the level of respect she got for me. So at that point, man, I'm just making other plans. But like I say, to sum it up, I've never had to just embarrass a woman like that. Not to say that these situations haven't happened, but there's other ways to deal with it. You know what I mean? So, I just act accordingly. But if a female was to get a little aggressive, then I got no problem telling her. You know what I mean? Like, look, you smell it. Shit, you want me to smell it, bitch? You smell it. Straight up and down. That's just how I'm a roll. Like, would you put your face down there? Straight up.
Right.
Hola. You ain't gonna put your face down there. Or would you put your thing inside of there? No, you wouldn't. All right, then shut your mouth. I'll pass the mic, man.
Facts. Yeah, man. Like my man Boog said, that's a respect issue. You know what I mean? And a lot of that goes to being lazy. You know what I mean? Starfishing, like we talked about before. You know what I mean? It's the same mentality. It's the same mindset. It's like women who starfish, and starfishing is a turn off for men as well. But and like we said before, a starfish is just a woman who lays down on the bed and she's not active at all in the sex. You know what I mean? You're the one doing all the working. You're the one doing all the moving around, hitting the angles and things like that. And she's not giving you any type of response. She's not giving you any type of reciprocated energy. You know what I mean? That's a starfish. And so a lot of that, at the core of that, is just her being lazy and her being arrogant. Because women who do that, women who don't take the time to make sure they clean and all that, basically what they saying is, yo, this box right here that you about to get, this is God's gift to you. I ain't got to do nothing. You should be thankful. You should be happy that I even gave you the opportunity to smash this. You know what I mean? So you take it however I give it to you, whether it's stank, whether it's, whether it's a bush down there, whether you can plait it up, you know what I mean? Cornrow it, whatever. You take it however I give it to you because it's God's gift. You know what I mean? You should be thankful that you even getting the opportunity to smash this right now. So I ain't really got to put in no work for you. I ain't got to shower. I ain't got to wash up. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to shave and do other things to make sure that I'm in a proper position or whatever. I don't have to do that because, basically I'm bigger than that. I'm too good for that. And you ain't worth that. I mean, that's basically what she's telling you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of disrespect right there on a myriad of levels. You know what I mean? And that's a major turnoff. Another thing that I wanted to get at about being a turnoff for men, ladies, because this is for y'all. We're trying to give y'all a game so we can help y'all, improve y'all, your sex game and all of that. When you never initiate sex, that's a turnoff. You know what I mean? Look, men, we are aggressive, we're masculine, we're assertive, we're hunters. You know what I mean? We go out here and we get what we want. We put ourselves in the best position to get the things that we want. You know what I mean? So it's natural for us to initiate sex. You know what I mean? But if you're in a relationship and you never initiate sex, that's a turn off for your guy. I don't care what he say. You know what I mean? If he don't tell you the truth, he's lying because he's just afraid he ain't gonna get no more cheeks. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna do that over here. You know what I mean? We're gonna give it to you real because we're gonna defend manhood over here at any cost against enemies and loved ones, both foreign and domestic. I don't have no problems telling you the truth. You know what I mean? So we're gonna tell you the truth over here. You need to initiate some sex sometime. That man need to come home and you can't keep your hands off him. You know what I mean? You in the bed and, you know, he like, yo, okay, let me enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like, let me enjoy this. Like, I like what she's doing. She on top. She moving around. She, you know, she got her hips working. She's doing this. You know, she's displaying confidence. She has a sense of control. You know what I mean? In this session right here, she's initiating it. You know what I mean? She's saying, look, babe, I need that. You know what I mean? You know how I make a man feel to get a text from you. You know what I mean? To get a call from you and be like, yo, I need that. Like, yo, with you, you know, Chris, Boog, whatever, when you come home from the gym and you shower, it's on. I need that. I've been waiting on that all day. I've been waiting on you all day. You know what I mean? I cleaned the crib up. I got dinner cooking, and I need that. So so you come home, you do what you got to do out there in them streets. Be safe. But when you come home, let me feed you. You know, let me have a conversation with you. We can kick it a little bit. But at the end of the day, before I lay my head down, before she lay her head down, she's like, babe, I need that. Men want to hear stuff like that. That's fly. You know what I mean? That's sexy. That's a good look right there. You know what I mean? Initiate sometime. You know what I mean? And every situation ain't got to be him initiating, him tapping you on your shoulder, or him, y'all cuddling in the bed at 2 a.m. You poke that thing up and he poking you with it. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be like that all the time. Send that man something. You initiate it, man. Let that man wake up to some top. Like, we being real. And this, because let me tell you something, man. Like I said before, sex is very important, and it is an important aspect in relationships. And a lot of relationships fold because, of money and because of sex. And I know, ladies, a lot of y'all, look, I watch reality TV from time to time. I can do a little bit of smut, you know what I mean, on TV. I used to watch the talk shows, Maury Povich, all of that. And when them women be on them shows and on these TV shows, they always say the same thing. Oh, I did everything. I did everything for him. I don't understand why this happened. And don't get me wrong, you can do everything for a dude and he still step out. You know what I mean? But a lot of times y'all ain't really telling the truth. You ask that man you was with, that man would say, nah, Frank, she was basic. You know what I mean? I was initiating sex all the time. You know what I mean? She was she didn't want to experiment. You know what I mean? She wanted to do it the same way, every time. You know what I mean? The same position. She moaned at the same point in the session every single time. She moaned at the 5-minute mark, the same tone, the same time. Like, it's repetitive. Ain't nothing fresh about it. There's no experimentation going on. You know what I mean? So I'm here to help y'all, man. We here to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? Help us help you. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But another thing, man, is you initiate sex sometimes, man. That's a good look for you. You know what I mean? For you to be the one to initiate it. I need that. And take steps to show and prove that you need that. You know what I mean? You lay him down. You rub him down with whatever he like rubbed on his chest. That cocoa butter, whatever oils y'all into, whatever. You rub him down. You know what I mean? You cater to him. Sex is supposed to be pleasurable for him too. And you laying there like a starfish, not putting in no work, thinking that you God's gifted him, you don't have to do anything. That's not a good look for you, man. So that's another one. I'm gonna let whoever wants to add on to that, and then we'll go for a little bit longer, and then we'll sign off. If there are any questions in the chat too for anybody on the panel, you put them in there. You know what I mean? And then we'll answer those for you. But yeah, man, cater to him, man. Dudes like that. We like that. You know what I mean? Put some lotion on us sometime. You know what I mean? Rub our back sometime. You know what I mean? Another thing too, like another turn off. I know I'm flowing because I did a lot of research on this, man. You know what I mean? And I talked to a lot of people on this about it. another thing that's a turn off too, ladies, is when y'all don't venture beyond the meat. You know what I'm saying? We are more than our meat. Like the meat is obviously that's a huge aspect of sex. You know what I mean? It's a very important part of sex, obviously. But we have a whole body. You know what I mean? We have lips, we have a neck, we have chest. You know what I mean? We have legs, all that. We ain't got no booty hole for y'all. We don't play like that. But we got a whole body too. You know what I'm saying? We got other things. You know what I mean? So you can focus on the meat, but that man has a whole body. You know what I mean? So he wants to be, a lot of dudes like to be rubbed on. They like to be massaged, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Incorporate all of that into your sex game. You know what I mean? Have a good, solid foreplay sex game. You know what I mean? How to make sure the room is smelling right. You know what I mean? It's lit right. You know what I mean? You got your oils, your cocoa butter, whatever y'all into, you rub it on them. You know what I mean? Shower together. You know what I'm saying? That's big. That's a way for y'all to communicate. You know what I mean? For y'all to, communicate with each other, be intimate with one another. Every once in a while, hop up in the shower together. You know what I mean? Even if it's unannounced, you know what I mean? You in the shower, you get ready for work, even though you might be off that day. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got to go into work, you off that day, you at home or whatever. He get up at 8 to go get in the shower with him. You know what I mean? That's intimacy right there. You know, wash his back. You know what I mean? Let him lift his leg up and wash his genitals or whatever. Do that, man. You know what I mean? Straight up. I'm trying to get y'all game. And I know these brothers can add on to that. I'm gonna let them do that. But those are just some other things, man. Make sure that, you know, we're not the ones always initiating sex all the time. Y'all can add on, fellas. However.
Oh man, Frank, you flowing, man. You spin some
yeah, man. I'm in a mood. I'm in a zone. Right,
ism flowing through you, man. Let the ism use you, doc. Mary Saint asked the question. She says, how do you get a man to turn down his sexual attraction to you? It can be a bit much for my prudish nature, or am I tripping? And it just kind of alluded to what you said, actually, Frank. And this is what I say to women like that. Listen, you know, if you want him to turn down his sexual attraction, that's fine. He's just gonna turn it up to somebody else. And a lot of women don't want to hear that, but it's just the nature of the game. Like, you want your dude to really be into, you don't want him to turn that down, because if he turn it down on you, he just gonna turn it up on somebody else. You know what I'm saying? To Frank's point, man, yeah, you know, do some out of the way, like, be spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely initiate sex. I shouldn't have to ask you every time. So, what's up? You know, when I come home, sometimes you need to be, you might want to put on that nurse outfit or something, man. Have them cheeks clapping when I walk in the door, something crazy. Man, Frank, you know me, I'm crazy. I like that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It might be, I'm into anime or something. You might want to dress up like one of my favorite anime characters or something. You know what I'm saying? I might trick off real hard that week. You never know. A lot of women are wondering why dudes aren't really doing stuff for them. Just be different. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to go out here and get your cosplay on. I'm just saying be creative when it comes to your dude, because it's just reassuring. It reassures him. Men need reassurance too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least I do. I like to be reassured that, my woman and my lady, she's into me, and, she might want to dress like a character off Demon Souls or something. That might really, I'd be like, yeah, okay. You really do be paying attention to my big ass. So that's what I would say. Like, Frank, spot on with what he said, speaking some really good game about initiating it. And it's a good thing if your man is really into you and he can't keep his hands off you, because once he start keeping his hands off you, I guarantee you they're gonna be on somebody else. So I'm gonna pass it on to my two other good brothers here and let them drop some of the knowledge that they have.
Yeah, I agree with every word that y'all said so far. You know what I'm saying? And this goes back to when Boog brought up, a woman knowing what her man want. You know what I'm saying? At the right time. Like, for me, I work out a lot. I lift a lot of heavy ass weight. So my body is very tense. It's very tight. and all the pressure points, you know, shoulders, my neck, my upper back, all them little painful spots, getting tension, headaches, and all that. So, you know, one of the best feelings is, you know, I go to a chick crib or she come over mine and just out of nowhere, you know, she start massaging my neck. She start massaging my upper back and my traps, you know what I'm saying? Or she say, lay down flat on the bed, you know what I'm saying? And she just massaged my whole back, you know what I'm saying? It's little things like that. You understand? Knowing that I want that I need that low key, actually, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, just like G said, knowing the reassurance, you know, men like reassurance. You know, it's not, I'm gonna just say it's not a confidence booster when a man every time gotta initiate, you know what I'm saying? It's not boosting the confidence, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say that, you know, every now and then when you let us know, you know, it's something you want or it's something you need, you know, that'll just make a man smile, you know what I'm saying? That just make a man grin. You know, it don't matter where he at, it don't matter what he doing, you know, we see a text or he get a call, you know, that's gonna put a grin on his face. You know what I'm saying? And then he got something to look forward to at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass the mic off the book.
Yeah, what's the question?
Now, what was it a question? Nah, I was just saying how just alluding to and talking about how it's important for women, you know what I mean, to initiate sex sometime. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a situation where dudes is always being the one to initiate sex. You know what I mean? That's a turn off for cats if we got to do it all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, that's always a good thing. You know, I kind of spoke on this earlier when I was talking about, you know, that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. If I always got to tell a woman what I want,
Right.
you know, she can't sense the need, or you know, she can't even, you know, catch the vibe of the moment to see what I want. You know, that after a while, that gets a little irritating for anybody, really. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with a woman initiating sex. I mean, especially when she want it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of women that try to pull a whoopsie daisy, they won't initiate sex, but they'll get an attitude because they want sex and you won't initiate it. When really all she had to do was, you know what I mean, just initiate it.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of people play that little tug and war game. You know what I mean? She'll stomp around the house like a kid or whatever. You know, that you know, sometimes it's cool. You have a little fun with it, but you know, you can't be like that every day. So, you know, it's just one of them things that a lot of women like to do. But yeah, you know, initiating sex, ain't nothing wrong with it on the woman's part, especially if you care for that man and you know you trust that man. Then yeah, why not? You know what I mean? That's the question. Why not? What's holding you back? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. What's holding you back? So
Right.
if you want something, go get it. You know what the Bible say, closed mouth don't get fed. No, the Bible say, have not because you ask not.
Right.
Somebody else said, closed mouth don't get fed. My bad. I get my books mixed up. But y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. If you want something, go get it.
Right.
Much so.
Yeah, that's facts, man. You know, I'm gonna throw out, you know, one more thing. And then, like I said, if y'all have any questions out there, you know, feel free to ask the panel, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna respect these brothers' time. I know they're very busy. I know Gabe did I know my man Bull did a live earlier. You know, it was fire with Obsidian. Y'all go check that out. Like I said, I put all the links to these brothers' channels in the description for this video. So you catch the playback or whatever, their links are there. If you're not subscribed to them, y'all go over there, subscribe. You know what I mean? Hit that bell. Another joint, man, you know, the last joint I got for y'all, man, is when you in a relationship with a woman, y'all intimate, and she act like the sauce is acid. She act like the sauce is you know what I mean, is something wrong with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know there are different levels of sexuality amongst us, but ain't nothing wrong with that sauce, man. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't gonna burn you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna bump your skin up. It ain't gonna make your skin dry. None of that. I mean, contrary to popular belief, it's actually very good for you. It's a lot of protein up in there, man. It's good sauce for you. You know what I mean? So don't treat it like it's, you know, there's some women like that, man. You know what I mean? Where I do this. So I remember one time like I watched the show Insecure. Shout out to that. You know, my wife put me on to it, and we watch it. And I remember, like, I think it was like the second season or whatever when Issa was with the Daniel, the musician cat, and she was sleeping on his couch because she was struggling or whatever. And they were smashing, they got into it, they were doing their thing, and he kind of gave her some sauce. You know what I mean? Like for her to taste or whatever. And now I get it in that situation, so to speak, because he didn't really let her know what was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like he just kind of did his, he did whatever. He thought it was. I mean, that's how she played it. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't know it was coming. She didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm not just talking about that too. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I'm saying? You won't have no problem with it when we down there doing all our thing and sauces everywhere. You know what I mean? You don't really see us acting like that. You know what I'm saying? Like something wrong with it, or it's too much, or why it's on my it's in my beard and all that. Nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, in that situation, grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just tell you straight up and down, grow up a little bit, man. You know what I mean? And when you're in an intimate relationship, especially you in a serious relationship, you in a marriage or something like that, y'all should be at a point where you're confident and you feel safe and secure in that relationship. You know what I mean? And so when you feel safe and secure in that relationship, you're willing to experiment and try different things. You know what I mean? I'm not saying things that's going to test your sexuality, like we already talked about that, but be willing to, try different things. Straight up, and ain't nothing wrong with that sauce, man. That sauce bring life. That sauce got protein in it, man. It's healthy. You know what I mean? So I heard. You know what I mean? So stop acting like it's going to burn your hand off or whatever, man. It's just it's natural, man. It's a good thing. But the best thing about being in a committed relationship is that you have that confidence to be able to experiment and try new things. And that's something that you already you're not listening. Okay, you're not doing it. But nah, man, and that's something Mary saying, honestly, like I'm playing, but at the end of the day, that's something. There are levels to sexuality. You know what I mean? And the level of commitment and the safety and security you feel in your relationship is going to allow you to ascend to higher levels in your sexuality and allow you to do things. I mean, we already know that, whether you're in a serious relationship now or not. We've all had experiences in our life where we felt so strongly and so much love for and admiration for somebody that we did things for them that we never let anybody else do. Like nobody else could even think of doing what you let that one dude do, or what you let that one female do, because you were into it so much. You know what I mean? So yeah, but again, at the end of the day, man, that goes back to the confidence, man. Being confident in yourself and your sexuality, you know what I mean, in your guy, and not being afraid, man, not being afraid of stuff like that, man. That's real. And stop faking orgasms too. Let me tell y'all something. When you fake an orgasm, you are messing up your relationship. You're messing up your sexual relationship, because when an orgasm to a guy is like, okay, we feel like, okay, we did our job. You know what I mean? Like we did something right. You know what I mean? If she out here, if she having an orgasm and them legs is shaking, you know what I mean, and them sheets is damp, and and we think that she's had an orgasm or whatever, in that man's mind, he's like, yo, I did my job. You know what I'm saying? Mission completed. You know what I mean? Like I've achieved my goal here. You know what I mean? I'm all right. You know what I mean? So when you fake it for whatever reason, you're telling him that in his mind, whatever he's doing is right. He thinks he's right. You know what I mean? So y'all stop faking it, man. You're not doing any favors to yourself or to that man by faking it. You know what I mean? If you have to fake it, look, maybe there's some chemistry issues there, and maybe y'all can't get past that in a relationship. Maybe it's going to lead y'all to break up or not be together. But sometimes it's just, hey, you being able to say, baby, you know what, I don't really like this position. Let's try this. Or, you moving your body in a certain way, to arch yourself in a certain position where you could get a maximum level of satisfaction from it. You know what I mean? But stop faking it. Nobody wins. You know what I mean? Nobody wins when you're faking it. You won't win because you ain't getting what you need, and he ain't winning because he out here running around thinking he Mighty Joe Young, and he ain't put in no work. You know what I'm saying? So whether you stay with him or not, if you stay with him, you suffering. And if you break up with him, then he gonna go to the next female and more than likely might do the same thing with her. You know what I mean? So be honest, be upfront, but stop faking it, man. Stop stop screaming all loud and stop performing. I think my man Gabe said that too. Chris too. Stop performing, man. You know, we know you don't yell like that. Like you performing. You saw something. Like Chris said, yo, like be yourself. I know WAP came out. I know it was hot. I know everybody's heard the line. I want you to hit that little dangity thing in the back of my throat. I know that sounded real hot the way she spit it on the beat. It was hot. I know Megan was like, yo, I'm gonna write my name on it. I'm gonna sit on them and I'm gonna sit on them and write my name. That was real hot. You know what I mean? The way she said it in the song, it was fire. But if that ain't you, you know what I mean? If you ain't built like that, or you know you ain't built like that, be yourself. You can enhance your sexuality, your freakiness, and be true to yourself at the same time. And that should be the goal. Straight up and down. Facts. And be all these fake porno moans, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't you. And we know it. That man know that ain't you. You don't sound like that. But yo, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. But for real, like if there's I hope, you know, that sister, I'm gonna follow up and email her again. But I hope, you know, that we dropped a lot of jewels here tonight. I think we did. I know the ladies was taking notes, you know what I mean, learned a few things, man, from our perspective. And I think that's very important because a lot of times, man, I know Dave Chappelle talked about it in a stand-up one time. And he was like, yo, the sex game is messed up because a lot of these women are getting sexual advice about men from other women, and other women don't know what they talking about. And I remember he was like, yo, I go to the grocery stores and, you know, I go to the stores and we've all been there. We've all been, you know, getting our protein shake or our Gatorade or whatever and been in the line at the store. And you see that Cosmopolitan magazine right up there at the front. And on the cover, it's talking about, you know, 100 ways to please your man and all of that. And, you know, 250 ways to make your man happy in bed and all of that. And it's written by a woman. And I'm going to tell you like this. There's some women out here who give game, who understand what's going on, you know, but a lot of these women don't know. And a lot of y'all women are getting advice about what men need and what men want sexually from other women. And a lot of that advice is just, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. So I'm glad that sister asked, you know, she emailed me. I'm glad I was able to get my brothers together. I know these brothers are very busy doing great work on their own channels and, you know, in their own businesses and communities and things like that. So I'm honored to get these brothers together to drop, you know what I mean, another jewel, another gem of a session tonight. So if there's anybody in the chat, man, anybody in the chat have any questions for the panel or for any other panelists specifically, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm going to give y'all, you know, a couple minutes or so to do that. And if I don't have anything, then I'm going to let the brothers get their parting shots and then we're going to get up out of here. So in the meantime, while we're waiting 2 minutes for any questions from the chat, man, if y'all brothers want to, you know, say a little something, you know what I mean, please feel free to do so.
Yeah, ladies, the sauce is definitely a healthy nutrient resource, especially if your man is healthy, if he eat right, he exercise. It's got almost every vital nutrient you would need, like in a multivitamin, you know what I'm saying? It's got almost all of them. So, you know, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
You know, don't be afraid. You know, I was messing with a chick a few months ago. We was messing around for a while. And, you know, if we had a Saturday where we wasn't doing it, you know, we would go to the gym together. I go back home, she go back home, you know, clean up, shower. And then I hit her crib or she hit my crib. And then she would hit, you know, she started calling it her post-workout shake. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't be afraid of the sauce. You understand?
It's good. It's good for you, man. It's healthy. You know, we trying to save lives out here, man. Black lives matter. You know what I'm saying? We trying to save lives, man. You know what I mean? Let us do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of that, man. That's good for you. That's good. Has good nutrients up in there. But Stephanie has a question. Shout out to Stephanie. She says, how does a woman who is waiting until marriage prepare herself to be a good future lover? Is there any other brothers want to tackle that? And then I'll add on at the end. Oh, okay.
I'm not married, so you know I can't really allude to that. But my thing is, if you're trying to learn how to become a good lover, this goes for both men and women. Just study. There are tons of books about pleasuring your partner out there. When I say tons, because it's a really big industry. So
Right. And the main thing, Stephanie, is first off, man, I want to congratulate you, man. That was very hard for the kid. I failed that test young, you know what I mean? But I would say, yeah, like my man G said, just study. You know what I mean? There are a lot of books out there, not gimmick books, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of holistic books, a lot of cultural books, you know what I mean? Books that have been out for years, decades, you know what I mean? Hundreds of years, you know what I mean? And that kind of have a holistic and a cultural and a spiritual approach to them. So you can tap into some of those. Also, just, a great lover is someone who has a great mentality, who has a great spirit. A great lover is somebody who's willing to give. A great lover, is a woman who's willing to be vulnerable and who's confident in herself and her body. So these are things that you can do, that you can be confident in your body without even having a man, without even having to have had sex. You know what I mean? Being comfortable in your own skin, being, when you get into a relationship or when you get into marriage, you know what I mean? Being willing to be open and to be vulnerable and communicate. You know what I mean? Always, there's nothing wrong with talking. You know what I mean? Say, let your husband know. Like when you get married, your husband might be experienced already. I mean, I don't know too many AC Greens out here. You know what I mean? Brothers that's not, that are virgins. So you may get into a situation where your husband, your future husband, is experienced. You know what I mean? Be willing to allow him to lead you. You know what I mean? And if he loves you the way that he's supposed to, and he knows that you are a virgin, and that you saved yourself for him, he's going to be willing to be patient. He's going to be willing to guide you, you know what I mean, at a certain pace that you're comfortable with. He's not going to force anything on you that you're not ready for. You know what I mean? But at the same time, trust him and love him enough to open yourself up to him and be willing and able to kind of, step outside of yourself if you need to, and be willing to experiment. You know what I mean? Sex is a beautiful thing, and it's meant to be pleasurable. You know what I mean? For a man, it's very important. Sex gives us energy. You know what I mean? Like, I know, after most guys, look, we grown in here, after I get it in, I get energy. You know what I mean? I want to get up and go on a bike. I mean, I want to go lift some weights. Like I want to get up and go do something. Like I'm energized now. You know what I mean? A lot of women aren't really like that. Once they, give up themselves, it's night time. You know what I mean? Like they ready to, they'll see you in a few hours. But yeah, just be willing to be open. And so you can prepare now. You know what I mean? Make sure you're healthy. Make sure you're confident in yourself, in your body. That is a great foundation. To you being a great, a great lover, a lover that sexually satisfies and pleases your partner, your husband. Yes, we do, MB. I can't speak for the brothers. I know me, for the most part, you know what I mean? Sex is an energy boost. It's all energy. It's kinetic for a guy. You know what I mean? So a lot of times dudes will get it, and and so a lot of women sometimes think that that's a bad thing. Like, yo, why after we smash, he want to go watch football, or he want to go lift weights, or he want to go do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, am I not good? Am I not pleasing him? Nah. You know what I mean? A lot of men it gives us an energy boost. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can let the brothers add on to that briefly before we get up out of here. But yeah, it's an energy boost right there for the fellas.
Just to be brief, you ain't lying.
Right. I mean, and there you go. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? Chris has verified and certified it, stamped that. So yeah, it's an energy boost for the fellas. It is. You know what I mean? So don't think when your dude, when y'all make love or y'all smashing and it's heated, it's passionate, Both of y'all, satisfied. Everybody shaking and y'all did y'all thing. He want to get up and go do something, and you looking like, well, how come he don't want to cuddle with me? How come he don't want to hold me? Whatever. That ain't really a lot of dudes. You know what I mean? Like, we get that energy, so we got a boost now. We think about other things that we have the energy now to go out here and do. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. If I see you, Mr. B. All right, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. To each his own. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So if there aren't any more questions, man, I'm gonna let the brothers give some parting shots. Again, I want to thank these brothers, man, for coming on, man, for doing me this solid. Have a lot of love and respect for these brothers. But I'm gonna let my man Boog start first. I know he's been busy, you know what I mean, on the tube all day putting in work. So I'm gonna let my bro give his parting shot and fall back if he needs to do that.
Yeah, man, appreciate you for having me. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Hopefully we can reconvene and, do this again soon, man. It's always great conversation over here. And, everybody enjoy your night, man. And ladies, I hope y'all learned something. Real talk, but I hope y'all learned something that y'all can take to your relationships, in or marriage. Even if it's only one thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Do it for the culture. You know what I mean? I've been watching this chat room a little bit. Some women, they got the positive attitude. Then you got some other women in there like, oh, why can't y'all just bust off in the condom? It's like, that's not what we're talking about, though. You know what I mean? So you got to have an open mind. Once your mind is closed, that tells me, your heart not open and your mind not ready. You know what I mean? So next class, she should be the first one in line with a number 2 pencil and a notepad, because your mind not open to this right now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be difficult, but nobody's saying go out here and do this with any guy, but trust me, a lot of dudes, I'm gonna be real. If it's marriage that women want or a long-term situation, man, a lot of women, y'all asking yourselves to get cheated on, with that kind of mentality, for real. Because you know what they say, but what you ain't gonna get at home, you can find it in the streets. And there's other women out there that's willing to do whatever, you know what I mean? If you got a good man, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
They willing to do whatever to get a good man, and they'll take your man. So, you got to do whatever you can do to keep them. Straight up. Don't rest on your laurels. Then you be back online crying next year, talking about, oh, I can't find a good man. And you know what I'm going to say? Well, remember that comment you wrote? Yeah, that's that mentality right there.
Word up. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself and, have fun. Do it for the culture. But I'm out, man. Y'all be cool. And shout out to the chat. Peace.
All right, shout out to my man Boog, man. I'm gonna see my man Boog November 7th at that self-improvement summit, man. We're gonna do it up, man. You know what I mean? And Boog was stating some facts, man. Like, yo, every year when we go to the marriage retreat, my wife and I, they tell us all the time, and they tell the women all the time, like, look, yo, it's your issue. You got to make sure your man is satisfied. You got to be willing to satisfy your husband, because they tell the ladies in there, man, we have speakers who are certified counselors and all of that. And they come in, they tell these ladies, they say, look, man, every last one of y'all, there's a woman at your husband's job that's willing to suck the skin off his meat. Every last one. I don't care what you don't think about him, what you don't think he don't do right. You know what I mean? He gained a few pounds, whatever. He ain't as fine as he used to be. I don't care what you think. There's a woman at your man's job. There's a woman at the coffee shop that he gets coffee from every morning on his way to work. There's somebody around this man that he's everything that they think they want in a man, and they're just waiting for you to mess it up. You know what I mean? Like, they just are. You know what I mean? So, and that's not to scare anybody to doing something that they don't really feel comfortable doing. But at the same time, you got to have that mindset like, yo, it's supposed to be pleasurable. the relationship is supposed to be pleasurable. You're both supposed to get pleasure up out of it. You know what I mean? Like you do. You know what I'm saying? And this conversation tonight is not for people just randomly throwing the cheeks around to just any and everybody. You know what I mean? The sister asked in the email, she asked from a perspective of being a married woman. And so, and I'm going to bring it here, and I brought it here from the context of, you know, being married and making sure your husband is good and being in a serious relationship. You know what I mean? Because that's the world we live in right now. You know what I mean? A lot of us are maybe in a serious relationship. 90% of us is not waiting to get married. So, you know what I mean? So if it's a serious relationship, if you see something long-term where you can build on it, you know, this is something for you. But this isn't anything to be taken by somebody who's just letting that wop around all day with multiple different people. This is not really for that. There's other places where you can go and get game for that. But yeah, man. So shout out to C Bug. And so I'm gonna let my man Chris give his part in the shot. What you got for me, Chris?
Yeah, as always, you know, thank you for having me on the platform. I'm always happy to be over here, you know, kick game, chop it up with y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the ladies who were listening, you know, really soaking up what we were, you know, telling y'all, picking up what we was putting down, you know what I'm saying? And all I really got to say is, you know, keep your mind open. When your mind's open, you know, that'll help your heart open. When your heart's open, it's much easier to, you know, attract that man that you want in your life. You know what I'm saying? And he'll be willing to protect that open heart that you have, and he'll be willing to feed that open mind that you have. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. I hope y'all have, you know, a blessed night, a restful night. You know what I'm saying? And I'll chop it up with y'all later, man. Peace.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. It's my man Chris, man. Y'all check him out, man. His channel is amazing. It gives a lot of good game over there, man. Like I said before, you know, all of the brothers on this panel tonight, I've put their links in the description box for this live stream for this show, so y'all can just click on that. So their channels are just a click away. And I'm gonna let my man Gabe, you know, do his thing.
Man, shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Let me give y'all some claps, man. I'm clapping for everybody, man. That was some real good. I learned something. You know what I'm saying, man? I learned a little something, man. So shout out to all the panelists. Shout out to my man Frank, man. He's always putting together some really great shows. And like there's a lot of people, you know, they get upset when I say this word, especially on Instagram, but it all comes down to cooperation. And the least cooperative you are, and particularly when it comes to your sex life with your partner, the more issues and problems that you're gonna have. It really is simple. It's that simple. Just listen to your partner, listen to your man. Don't make him feel bad for certain things. If he don't know how to do it, just talk to him like, you know, baby, you know, let's try this way or let's try that way. You know what I'm saying? Just be open, be patient. I know a lot of sisters, you know, y'all got to work on that patient thing. Gotta work on that patient thing. And Mary's like, I see Mary saying she's going in right now, and you know,
Yeah, I see it.
Again, it's either you're gonna cooperate or you're not. That was me that timed you out, brother, because you was talking crazy in the chat. So man, we just want this to be, especially with Frank being monetized. If for people that do not know, and Frank, I ain't trying to take over your show. I just want people to understand this. YouTube is cracking down on a lot of things that are being said in chats.
All right, bro, you good. You good.
I, as someone who is going through this with AdSense and trying to get my own channel monetized, YouTube will take channels down for what your viewers are saying. So if I see some real crazy stuff in the chat as a moderator, I'm gonna delete it because I don't want my man Frank. He's worked too hard to get to this point on his channel for a lot of ignorant stuff to be said in the comments. YouTube, especially as Black content creators, they really go through our content with a fine-tooth comb. I have seen people get to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 subs. They're making, you know, 5 figures a month and they lose their channels. I've seen that happen personally. So, no, it's not a matter of perspective in the algorithm. YouTube is personally going, they have a whole team set up to go through these channels. I'm telling you what I know. There are people that pay thousands of dollars to get this knowledge. And so I've paid for these classes. I know what these folks look for. You can't be coming in here harassing the women, talking crazy to the women. If any of these YouTube moderators see that Frank loses his channel because you coming in here talking reckless. So we can't really have that. They've really cracked down on that. And as someone who has actually helped Frank get to this point, I'm not going to have my brother put in a position to lose all this hard work. As Black men, we have to start learning how to come in these environments and having constructive dialogue with women. Too many of us want to just hop on them and cuss them out and yell. And y'all know me, I'm the king of cooking. But when we come in these chats, man, we got to learn how to be more personable with each other. But in any regard, man, this was great. Just listen, guys, ladies, just listen to your man. Listen to what he wants. Just cooperate. Y'all know I'm big on that cooperation. Clap cheeks. Do some cosplay. Don't be afraid of the special sauce. My man Chris said it got all the vitamin D you need. You know, he a health nut, so he already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, get your vitamin D in, get your nutrients, man, and just make sure your partner is happy at all times. I've rambled long enough. Frank, thank you so much for having me, bro, man. And we'll do it again.
For sure, bro. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I appreciate all the love and support that you've given to the channel, man. Gabe started with me from day one. You know what I mean? I trust this brother, man. You know, Gabe is, you know, me and Gabe is like, I tell him all the time, man, you know, we like the 8-ball and MJG of YouTube. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. So I trust my brother, man. So if he felt like he did what he had to do, you know what I mean? I'm going to rock with that. But, you know, over here, man, it's all about game. It's all about information, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know, we don't have to, you know, come at anybody's neck in order to get that point across. I don't really play that over here. You know what I mean? This ain't the place for that. There's a whole sphere for that. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying this what the brother did. I didn't even really catch it, honestly. But, you know, going forward, you know what I mean? This right here is not a place where that's going to be tolerated. You know what I mean? Anybody coming in here, you know, being slick, disrespectful to anybody, whether it be a panelist or you know, or anybody in the chat, that's an automatic block. Like, I'm not even playing around with it. You know what I mean? This is a safe space for people to, you know what I mean, to bounce ideas, to give information and get information, man, and learn and grow together. And so, and I want to say to Marisang, and I saw Priscilla Pink in here. Shout out to you both. Thank you both for being in here tonight. What I do, and I talked to Gabe about this in the past, man, what I do, I don't necessarily want to get into the habit of telling people specifically what to do. You know what I mean? This is a risk assessment based channel. So what I'm going to tell you is some information that I think works. I'm going to give you a consensus of, you know, a general number or general context of information. And then I want you to do what you're comfortable with doing. I mean, Mary said we didn't, you know, because you already know how we get down, like we talk, you know what I mean? So none of this information was designed to make anybody do anything that they're not comfortable with. If you saying, yo, I'm not cooperating with nothing until I get a ring, you know what I mean? Absolutely. If that's what you're comfortable with, I want you to do that. You know what I mean? If you're not comfortable with certain things, obviously don't do that. That's not what intimacy is. I don't even care if you're in a marriage. There's some things that, you know, you may do in a marriage that, or somebody may want to do in a marriage that you're not comfortable with. You know what I mean? That's for you and your partner, whatever, to kind of talk about, communicate, and come to an understanding with. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know, all of my game is risk based. So you're gonna do what you do at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And there's a risk with every decision that we make. And so as long as you're willing to pay that cost, as long as you're willing to pay the cost of whatever your risk is for what you're trying to do, that, you know, then I want you to do that. And if you can accept the consequences that come with it and the cost that comes with it, then I'm gonna support you. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. But I'm thankful to y'all, man, for, you know, for watching the show. It was a great show. The chat was jumping. A lot of people were watching. I appreciate that on a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? And so, you know, again, I'm gonna see y'all, man. I'm gonna see y'all Friday night. I'm premiering a show. On Friday night, I'm going to start my boxing series. I'm going to start my Sweet Science series on Friday. I've already recorded the content. It's going to premiere Friday night at 8:30. I'm going to start that. I was saying, hey, I got a man cave channel. I ain't never talked about sports, not one time. Like that ain't really a man cave channel yet. You know what I mean? Till you step into all aspects of masculinity, of manhood, and one big aspect of that is sports. Man, I love sports. So there's a big fight this weekend. Javante Tank Davis is fighting. I'm a huge fan of Tank. I went to his last fight. I went to Tank's last fight in Baltimore. He came home last year and fought at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, where he's from. I went up there. My wife and I, some friends of ours, we went up there. So me and my homies, we took our wives up there. Saw Tank, get a second round knockout. Yes, the Sweet Science is like another term for boxing. It's called the Sweet Science. So when you hear anybody say the Sweet Science, they're referring to boxing. So I'm going to premiere that on Friday, and I'll be back at y'all next week on Tuesday with another show. Thursday is my birthday. You know what I mean? I'll be 39 years old. I'm happy for that. Happy to see another year. Hopefully, if I can get to Thursday. Thank you all, man. Thank you all for the super chats. I saw that, this is my first show being monetized. So I'm very appreciative to all those who hit the super chat. And if you didn't hit the super chat and you want to contribute to the channel, you can do so on Cash App or PayPal. Cash App $ View from the Man Cave. PayPal.me/View from the Man Cave. As you can see, I do respond to my emails. So if you have a question about something, about a relationship you're in, or you have a great idea for the show, Marisank is always hitting me up, giving me great ideas for shows. Marisank does that. Shout out to her. But if you want to email me, if you say, hey, Frank, what about this? Or I'm in this situation, what do you think? Send me an email. I'll respond. And if it's something that I think can help other people, then I'll tailor it in a way where I can do a show about it, where obviously I don't put anybody's name or personal information out there, but I'll put it out in a way where people, can listen to some content and get some game from it. Because that's what it's all about. So on that note, man, I just want to say peace to y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. It's still a pandemic out here. Y'all wash y'all hands. You keep your mask on, stay 6 feet away from people. And until next time, man, y'all be safe. One.